Alright, welcome back. New location. First video I had out here was about 40 foot up that direction. Now, as you can tell, maybe not, sitting on some stone. Got my old man pants on. Man, time to relax. Got a hoodie on. It's 70 degrees out and it's like noon. What? Just crazy. Alright, so we got the full send from Vortex Brewing. Cool little artwork. I'm getting bombarded by bugs. Like a gigantic horsefly. Just, it felt like I got hit in the head with a pear. So talking to David, and of course the stupid tablet decides to update Messenger when I'm in the middle of doing this. You know, let's just go ahead and get on into it. If it decides not to update, then don't worry, I already know what he said. I just want to get word for word what he said. Alright, so this says it's a session IPA, but then on Untapped it says pale ale. Call it what you want. It's a beer. It's got hops in it. He said it did have late edition of Galaxy and Mosaic. Mosaic's my favorite. He said Full Send was inspired by our love for playing disc golf, but not wanting to be weighed down by heavy beer. So, get on back into Untapped. 9 check-ins, 5%. No special picture or anything put on it on Untapped. 36 IBU. A little soapy head. Went down. Fucking bugs everywhere. Let's get the Mosaic up front, and it kind of goes to kind of like a Pilsner malt kind of a smell, along with a slight little bit of a skunk. That might just be the whatever the Pilsner-esque mixed with the Mosaic, kind of what it translates to me. It smells good. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell like it's, you know, 8 years out of date. Cheers. Making sure nothing got in it. The bad thing about being out here is all sorts of stupid bugs. Of course, I am in their element, so it just got head everywhere. Alright, get on into the written reviews here. There wasn't enough reviews to make this a average score, so I'm going to have to read off everything. And wouldn't you know, not one written review. So, I guess I'll have to be the first person. For being only 5%, those hops are slamming good. It seems watery, which is fine with me. Like he said, is what they're going for, nothing heavy. It does have a little bit of bitterness. A good amount, actually. I'm mainly getting dryness, but it's kind of weird. It seems like your saliva has a second go around and comes back behind and washes that away. You don't have to have another, you know, good tug of next drink to get rid of that dry mouth for the next 4 seconds before it comes back again. So it's good to see, you know, a dry mouth get to the point where you don't like it, then it just seems to fade off instead of just stay that way. If something comes out of that pile of branches about 2, 3, 4 foot over here this direction and kills me, it's going to be on camera. Sounds like a cicada. Most useless things ever. Alright. This session pale ale is brewed with Pilsner malt and 10 pounds of orange blossom honey. Didn't get that. We use an amazing mix of Galaxy and Mosaic hops that lend to this beer its amazing flavor and aroma profile of citrus notes and dank notes. First time reading it, and I'm dead ass serious. It has a Pilsner kind of a smell to it. Which, I mean, if you want a light beer, something not heavy, something thin, but still going to have a little bit of grain note to it, I'm not complaining about it. Lately, I've been killing Miller Lights, so when I can get a 30-pack of Miller Lights for $23, and go to Stone Cloud and get a 4-pack for $18. Yeah, it's you can only be an alcoholic so long before you're poor, and damn it, I'm not trying to be either. They did say it has notes of floral, light, fullness, which is weird because if you're not wanting to be a full or filling beer, I don't know why they would say that, and crushable. Yeah, for 5%, definitely. Nothing about a calorie content or carbs. Hopefully I can get this locally. He did say Grand Cru in Oklahoma City is going to be carrying some of their beers. A lot of places in Tulsa. I don't go to Tulsa that often, but when I do, I'll look for it. Hell, I was actually in Ponca City 3 to 4 weeks ago. Don't worry, I'll make another trip out there. Did not think to go by Vortex Alley. Did some shopping, had some barbecue, went home. That's about all it was. I can read off some scores here. Like I said, that's not going to be average, so I'm going to do my best. This is between 1 and 5. I do 1 and 10. Hate having to explain it. We got a 4, 3 1/4, 3.75, 3 1/4, 2.5, 3.5, 3. Excuse me, a 4, a 3.5, 3.5. Once again, you're sitting at about a 7 on my scale, which is a 7, 7.5. Which really, I don't understand why. Is it a 10? Maybe to some people. Is it a 7? To a lot of people, I would hope to say no. However, not factoring in price, because really, I don't know the price. I only know the price of one of the beers that I've reviewed, and honestly, I'm not going to be listing prices because it depends on where you get it. It depends on what the price is going to be. Real easy, crushable, smooth, thin, yet hoppy, and a lower percentage that you can have more of. Pale Ale, Session IPA, whatever you want to call it. I think Session IPA sounds better. What is your... This bug in here is having a shit fit. Probably hates me. So on average, 7, 7.5. I'm going to say 8.5. Coming pretty close to a 9. The reason I'm going to say 8.5 to a 9, it'd be a solid 9 if they wouldn't have said anything about the honey. But saying it's got that much honey in it, I'm looking for more sweetness. But I think the bitterness kind of takes that over and just kills it. Maybe slightly in the flavor. Maybe if this was... I don't know, man. Something would have to go with the honey. Try doing an IPA or pale ale with cinnamon and some nutmeg or something. Not quite pumpkin spice, because then it just sounds kind of, not for hardly any straight man. But however, pumpkin spice is... This is my season. I'm a male Jennifer, I'm telling you right now. And everybody does stouts with cinnamon or pumpkin spice or anything like that. I want to see, we've seen pumpkin spice sours and shit, Prairie. I didn't like their pumpkin pie treat, but I'd like to see something just off the wall. You know what I mean? Maybe even like an orange fruited IPA with cinnamon or something. I don't know. Or try to put some cocoa in it. Dude, you got to kind of throw the weird shit out there to get the people interested. Because if they start seeing, this, and this. I've seen 16 other breweries locally make this shit. I'm sure it tastes the same. That's the bad thing about the people in beer, especially new people in beer. I mean, I'm still somewhat that way if I see the ingredients in a beer, you see Bomb, and then you see the Exervesa, or you see some other shit that has, chili peppers, cinnamon, whatever else in a stout or an IPA, anything like that. You'd be like, oh yeah, I've had something with that same shit in. I'm sure it tastes the same. You can have. There's a specific brewery that is bad about this. Every time I have their IPA, it's different, and it's been heavily in distribution. I was the very first person to review it, and it seems like every time I have it, it's different. And if you're wondering what that is, I don't know. It seems like every 6 months they hire a new brewer, and they just like, you know what, here, fucking wing it. This is what's in it. We can't tell you the brands. We don't know. We're the owners. We sit back in the back and don't, incorporate our love and passion into our craft. It just pisses me off. People want to have a brewery. I said this to David. I said, piss me off. People want to have a brewery and don't want to be in the brew house, whatever you want to call it. They don't want to be within, a good rock throwing distance of a fermenter or a bag of grain, anything. It just seems like, we'll just sit back in the back and watch the money come in, and we'll hire some other person we've known for the past 48 seconds and just read some shit from the resume and don't give a shit about what their actual beer they make is. It just pisses me off. But I think it's a good beer. I'm honestly half tempted to give it a little higher than 9. Because for all this, I love Mosaic and that's coming through. It's really strong. Just, I don't like that excessive bitterness. The dryness, like I said, I can get okay with. But yeah. So, there you go. 9. I'm just going to stay with a 9. Damn good beer. Show it to you again. Full send. Go. What's that supposed to be anyway? It looks like chains and some like clawing looking stuff. I don't know. Flows good though. I like it. Alright, there you go. We'll be seeing you. Oh, once again, David, thank you. And everybody else at Vortex Alley, it doesn't matter if you clean the shitters. Thank you, appreciate you. You have a great day.